welcome back to News Geelong. We got more footy interviews coming up. Now we'll talk to a Vic Country star at junior level. Louis Taylor and James Cheetahs have continued to make the headlines. Heaps of disposals in Country Victoria's win over Northern Territory and Tasmania. Let's hope James Cheetahs can continue that form tomorrow against South Australia. James, Vic time. Vic Country, you've just come off a remarkable game, 30 plus disposals, talk of the town. How's things in the point of view of the player?
Yeah, no, it was such a good game to be a part of. We started off a bit slow. Tassie were good opposition, but yeah, we were just too good in the end, which is good. And the Geelong Falcons players played well, so it's good to be a part of.
Well, the Falcons, they've got a great match-up this week, but you'll be playing across the state again, this time Mazda Stadium in South Australia. Tell us about your expectations of South Australia, arguably the best developing football state outside Victoria, and also your match-up on their captain in Dunstan.
Yeah, with South Australia have a lot of quality players, a lot of players that come across to Europe with us on the AIS trip. So, yeah, Leon Harris, the high performance manager, has put a big emphasis on this game, and it's probably the biggest game in the carnival for us. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough game, but hopefully we can come away with the points.
Could you tell us about any of your Falcons teammates who will join you?
Well, Lewis Taylor, and we got a wide range. About 8 of us are coming across. So yeah, Lewis is coming off terrific form. He was best on the weekend, and Darcy Gardner's in terrific form. Nick Burke's finding a lot of footy. So yeah, we're all in a bit of good form. So hopefully we can repeat what happened at Tassie.
Falcons as well. Top two clash rather. Although you won't be there due to duties, how do you think your boys will go with?
Yeah, well, we love playing on skilled, and we seem to play all right in the big deck. We've been working a lot on our spread, so I think we'll be fine. I hope the boys get up if we play like we played last week against Sandringham, which is probably the best win I've been a part of in the last 2 years. I think we'll be able to come over the points.
Well, you're now a veteran of this sports segment, so we wish you all the best. You continue to fill the papers every week, so we're expecting a win for the Vic boys this weekend.
Yeah, let's hope. Thanks, mate.
Thank you. Thanks for that, Jimmy. It was great to see you pumped up the iron just for that interview. We'll head to Cardinia Park now, talking with two Geelong identities, VFL coach Matthew Knights and AFL player Dawson Simpson.
Arguably be our best four-quarter performance of the year. We had a big change in our lineup from last week, which was a big plus for us to play really well at Winnie Hill and win by 40, but then have 6 or 8 changes and then be able to replicate that today. It was just a fine-tuned performance, and I'm really proud of the players, the way they played in this last game before the bye, and then we knew we had to throw everything at this game because we've got a week off next week. Thankfully the players just played superb team football. We were very physical in the contest. We spread and we ran hard when we needed to. To be able to defend and keep a good Northern Blues team to 5 goals was something that we're really pleased with as a team. So yeah, it was a solid day.
Particularly with the VFL list of players you had, really good, really promising signs. It shows you've got depth as well.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's the VFL is one of the competitions that you can swing 6 or 8 players from week to week. You've got to be able to then adjust and play the right way, and we thankfully, but the VFL listed boys are so close to the AFL listed boys, and their understanding of the game style is so close as it makes you, because they all live in this Geelong community, and I know Dawson's really close with a few of the boys in the VFL list, and it just makes things a lot easier match day when you've got that mateship. They want to play hard for the club and play hard for the community, so it's all in all, it just makes for, I guess, my job as a coach a bit easier.
Josh Caddy in the final quarter, was there any injury to them?
No, there was no injury. The plan with Josh before the game was to play pretty much three full quarters. He only proved his fitness pretty late in the week. We probably thought early in the week he might not play and be after the bye, but he trained really well, and he demonstrated on the training track that he wanted to play this week. But I thought his performance in the first 3 quarters was outstanding. His quick feet around the stoppages, his ability to break through the lines and overlap. We saw some really good stuff out of Josh Caddy today. His defensive attitude was also good.
How was Gleeson today?
Yeah. I mean, I guess when you've got 17 VFL list of players playing, Don Gleeson, Mark Corrigan, Troy Selwood are going to probably have to even play big time for you. I thought all three players played superb games today. I do throw Dom around a lot. Like he played at Werribee his whole career as an inside mid, and I'm throwing him forward and back and midfield. I mean, thankfully he can adjust to that. But I thought his hard ball gets were great. You know, it's great to see him cap it off with a goal where he got that 50 and no one made the mark. And it's just good to see him get rewarded for that. So yeah, no, he played a great game.
Can I get your thoughts on Eddie Kay? I think he was a late inclusion to the side. He seemed to do pretty well in defence there.
Yeah, well, we felt with Mitchell, Hampson, Rowe and Laidlaw, guys were going to play outsized. Capra being one of them, Robbie Condy being another one of them. But they were superb, and Benny's great with his communication with his voice. I thought he did a really good job. Sully had to play big minutes, usually on their deepest forward, I guess without Bathy today. And Mitch Brown played obviously in the AFL, who's played a little bit of defence for us this year. We're a little bit short from a size point of view, but they played the right way. And then once we went back, we were able to spread them. Our defenders really ran and took off. Probably made their bigs chase us, so that was something before the game to do that. Thankfully, it paid off.
In the later stages, was there much in the clash with Early and Condy? Any serious things, or was it just a short term?
I must admit, I was a bit concerned when the ball was in the air, because I saw three of our players with their eyes committed to the contest. Early being one, Condy being another, and I think there might have been a third Geelong player involved. I'll have to check the vision, but it was one of those ones where you love the players doing it, but then the fallout from it is sometimes pretty significant. I must admit, it was looking down and seeing two of our boys down. You always sort of, it's not a great situation, but thankfully Robbie and Erds, we think are okay. Robbie's pretty shook up, and you know, he's got maybe a black eye and a big lip. Erds was able to come back on the ground, which is a good sign of his courage as well. So
hopefully the St Mary's curse hasn't continued after Sherman's injury.
No, that's right. Yeah, no, they're both. We both think they should play post bye.
Okay.
So they're both, you know, obviously pretty shook up, and we were able to sort of give Robbie Conley the rest of the game off. And we did have a few sore boys. We had to look after Piers Flanagan. We also look after Jackson Barham as well. He's come back off a hamstring. So in that last quarter, we were probably down to one rotation for the last 15 minutes. But thankfully, the work had been done.
Yeah, not too bad. He's pretty strong, pretty big sort of fella, and I've always known he's got a good leap. And I played against him maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I haven't played against him since. And you know, he's played a bit of AFL footy since then, so I was pretty keen to have a good go at him. And it was a good contest. I thought he's got a lot to offer, and yeah, I thought we both got our hands on it a fair bit. And yeah, it's just good to play in a team where, you know, when you're hitting the ball, we get the boys there, and if he's getting his hand on it, then we cover it off, so it makes my job a lot easier too.
Thanks for that, boys. And Dawson, it was a great job on Sean Hampson on the weekend. That's it for sport this Friday evening. Back to you in the studio, Rollo.
Well done, and thank you, Alex. See you next week and enjoy your week of sport. After tasting success on debut last week with That's the One, this week's On the Punt from Uncle Jim is at Moonee Valley, or Money Valley as sometimes we like to call it. Now it's in Race 8, number 1, Classic Chloe. Race 8, number 1, Classic Chloe. Give it a go and wish her the best. And thank you for joining us on News Geelong this evening. Don't miss tomorrow morning's Geelong and District Football League netball program at 8 a.m. with the lovely, lively ladies covering Kevin O'Leary's favourite game of netball, to be followed by the boys with the Geelong and District Football League footy show. Digital Dick at the helm, and apologies up front. The insect publications will not be with the big boys this week after spending time on Sesame Street, set playing with Cookie Monster and Big Bird. And to one of our very favourite people, KO, Kevin O'Leary, out in East Geelong. KO, a very speedy recovery, and remember to take your time and smell the flowers. From all the team at News Geelong, have a safe and enjoyable week, a pleasant evening, and a very good night.